So that's what's happening on the Nifty. More on markets, broader markets, etc. in a bit. But Pankaj, you spoke with the Britannia Managing Director, Varun on the sidelines on the quarterly numbers. Why don't you take us through that interview?
Yes, Prashant, I managed to actually speak to Varun Berry, Managing Director at Britannia, on the sidelines of their conference yesterday. They declared numbers, good set of numbers, and I started by asking him that what was the volume growth for the quarter? Does it continue to be industry leading? Let's listen in.
Yeah, so the top line, this is a quarter where we've crossed the 2,000 crore mark for the first time. With a revenue growth of 14%, two-thirds of which has come out of volume growths, and one-third has come out of revenue pricing as well as mix. So that's the breakup. It's also translated into a lot of efficiencies. The commodity prices, the commodity inflation has been 5%, which is very helpful because frankly we haven't seen that low commodity inflation for some time. We've also built some structural efficiencies within our system, so our fixed costs are looking pretty good. Even our efficiencies in the manufacturing facilities, our cost productivity, etc., has helped us deliver a final profit number which on an equalized basis has grown more than 50%. So overall, quite pleased with the results.
Right. Was the growth led by premium products? That is something that you have told us earlier, the focus on premium products, the focus on premium market share. What about the premium products that did in Q4, in Q3?
Yes, we have a very small play in the value segment. And really the value segment overall as an industry has not been growing. So yes, our growth has been led by the premium products.
Right. Most of the growth in the last 3-4 years have come in because of, first, the change in management that has taken place quite smoothly. Second, the respectable cost of economies that you're getting in because of the volume growth that is happening. Now, in the phase 2, how do you see volume growth coming in? What are the triggers? What are the levers that you have to uptake the volume growth at Britannia?
So there is a lot of potential. Frankly, there's a lot of distribution potential that still exists for a company like Britannia. There's a lot of innovation potential that exists. There's a lot more that we can do to make India into a really evolved bakery market. And frankly, there are a lot of segments that we operate in where either we are very small. For example, in the dairy segment, the total segment is 75,000 crores and we are only 400 crores. So there is a lot of potential for us to grow. But even in some of the bakery segments like cake and rusk, where we dominate, but we then have the onus of developing that segment and growing it. Currently those segments are small, but certainly have the potential to grow multifold as we go forward. So opportunities in all areas, opportunities in biscuits, which are more foundation-led, which are distribution-led, innovation-led, and certainly in other areas as well. There's potential in the international markets as well. The international business has also done well for us, but again, we are only scratching the surface, and hopefully we can take that business forward as well.
Right. If we essentially look, can you just detail the strategy about the premium products, the premium market share? How will you gain in that segment? Because that is something that, the focus has been on Britannia.
So, first of all, we don't discuss market shares, and we also don't give any future forecasts. But yes, we are getting, between Parle and us, there's very little to choose. And the fact is that there is still a substantial part of the market which exists in the value players, etc., which can be taken by either of the players. We certainly would like to grow faster than the market, which will mean that we will continue to gain share if our strategy continues.
Right. Margins, did they continue to expand in Q3? Were they at an all-time high?
Certainly an all-time high in the last 10 years, and that's as far as I have gone. And hopefully, in a growing business, nothing is all-time high. We still want to go higher. Hopefully the momentum will continue.
Right, a richer product mix is what we can infer from your infer from our conversation, as well as a benign input cost environment. Do you expect gross margins have levers to go up further?
Well, as I said, as far as the commodity is concerned, we would like to make sure that we use that to stir up and perk up the market and generate more demand. But yes, it helps whenever the commodity inflation is benign. It helps in making sure that we do the right things for the business, and certainly helps us in understanding what's going to happen in the next few quarters. A volatile situation is a situation which puts us in a very tough spot. So we certainly don't see any volatility as far as commodities are concerned in the next 3 or 4 quarters. Yeah.
Right. What we could have picked up from some reports is that Britannia is likely to take a price hike of 2 to 3%. Input prices have gone down. Any such plans? Can you confirm that for us?
Not at this stage, not at all. In fact, if anything, we've given more grams in bag to consumers, which is equal to taking a price decrease.
Right. We have spoken to a lot of rural-based players over the past 15 days, and everybody is saying that there is a sort of slowdown. You have presence in both urban as well as rural quite significantly. Can you tell for us where the demand is coming from? Is urban growing more than the rural space?
No. For us, the urban demand is growing a little slower than the rural demand. But that's because we have really focused on building a very, very aggressive, distribution in the rural markets. Urban is more because of getting more depth of distribution into the outlets, while rural is getting more width of distribution. So both the strategies are working for us. Yes, some of the new products that you see are more urban products. But as we go forward, that could also change. Innovation doesn't mean only premium products. We will also be looking at products which are meant for a different consumer and a different market.
Right. So just a last word. You told about the new launches. If essentially you could share with us what are the launches in 2015. I know some of the FMCG companies don't do that. If any plans, anything coming up in the near future, you would like to tell us?
Again, I can't share the future forecast, but watch this space. You will see a lot of action.
Right, Varun, thank you so much for detailing plans of Britannia going ahead, but at the same time did not particularly say much about the new launches coming up. That was the management of Britannia. Counter is down about 1.3%. Let's take a break. On the other side of the break, Bharat Shah would be joining us.